Quartz, and back behind them Holly Lolly. She dances, 100 metres to go, extends. She dances for Linda Meach is going to win it. She dances from Rose Quartz. But Asfura has dropped Uncommon James. 100 metres to go. Asfura for Mitch Aiken. 3 or 4 lengths in front. And she's a bonny mare. Asfura bolted in. Ayrton gets a neck. Buffalo River Stageman Rabamos. Still Ayrton. Fends them off. Ayrton's just won it from start. Was Bow and Declare running a race, and then non-conformist, but it is all Alligator Blood, a 7th Group 1 coming up, and Alligator Blood wins it by 2 lengths.
Welcome back, everybody, for the preview of Caulfield Cup Day, the undercard to the great race. The preview for the run-up arena will be out very, very shortly. But let's get into the preview and find the winners, because I'm quite keen on a couple on this card, and I think a couple of the horses are going to take a lot of beating on this card. So let's find them and the winners. Race number 1 at Caulfield is the Amaro's Hotel Plate for the 3-year-old Colts and Gowlings over the 1400 metres at set weight and penalties, and I'm with Kandinsky Abstract on top. This horse has just been running averagely on paper of his big maiden win, but first up was hitting the line hard on a Dynamite Leaders track at Rose Hill, then had 2 goes down the straight, doesn't handle the straight clearly. James McDonald aboard here, Chris Waller brings him, stays in Melbourne, back around the bend, up to the 1400 metres. I think it's D-Day for this horse to impress off what was a very good maiden win on debut. 4th up, Hard Fit. I just can't believe you're getting $11 for this horse. The instructor will go forwards up the speed with also Kaizad. They'll be the 2 up there early, and the one I think is way under the odds is Brave Me. I just have no idea where it's going to get to from barrier number 1. If it's going to... It needs to hold a posse to be any sort of a chance. But I'm with a Kandinsky Abstract in the first, 50 in the win to start the day at Caulfield. Race number 2 at Caulfield is the Group 2 Caulfield Classic over the 2,000 metres, and I've got Riff Rocket on top, and I'm really keen on his prospects, and I think he will be winning from barrier number 1 for Chris Waller and James McDonald. Going back-to-back with that combination to win the first 2 races with the 57 kilos here. It was an absolutely dominant win last start at Flemington. Bowled away and won by 5 lengths, and I think we'll be winning here by a similar margin, but I can't back it at the price. It's too short. So my strategy in the race is actually 20th place on Sunsource. So I reckon this horse is flying. You peel back its form, it's only going out. You look at its form, it's only going average, but when you peel it back, this horse is absolutely flying, and I'm not convinced it should be $17. Ben Mallam in the settle for the Buston and Young team. I think it's going to run really well from barrier number 7. Sunsets ran a good race in the 4th last start in the same race behind Riff Rocket and Sunsource, and actually ran a good race. Johnny Allen for the same stable as Sunsource, and to be frank for 4th. But Riff Rocket for mine in the Group 2 Caulfield Classic. It'll win, but too short. 20th place on Sunsource is how I'm playing it. Race number 3 at Caulfield is the Group 3 Ethereal Stakes over the 2,000 metres. A lot of these fillies are going to be going to the Yokes, and I'm with Tropical Squall here. Last up, Group 1 winner of the Flight Stakes. Ran a good race prior to that in 2 legs of the Princess Series in Sydney. I was trying to remember what the name of the series was. Adam Hieronymus in the saddle, who sticks with her as the stable bring her down south. Barrier number 12, I don't think it's actually that much of a hindrance, because on paper there's absolutely no speed in this race. Konasan are probably the only other one that goes forward, but apart from that, I think Tropical Swell will get a soft lead here and kick away and win. They won't get her. Autumn Angel will be charging home, as it's been doing its past couple in mind for the Yokes. Coco Sun up to the 2,000 I find very interesting. 3rd up, Karen McAvoy in the saddle. And Wings of Song is my early pick for the Yokes, so I'm interested to see how it goes. He was an absolutely good, outstanding performance last start. Ben Mallam in the settle for Paddy Payne. You don't see that combination very often. But I'm with Tropical Squall here in the Ethereal 50 to win the best bet of the day. Race number 4 at Caulfield is the listed Gothic Stakes over the 1,200 metres, and I've got Dark Halo on top. It was a big win on debut at Wyong, ridden by Jason Collin on that occasion over the 1,100 metres. Now it goes up to the 1,200 metres, break between ones. James McDonald in the cell with the 56 kilos from barrier number 8 for Mar Eustace. I think it'll be driven forward to find the lead, and if it gets that position leading, it will not be beaten. It's clearly the one to beat here. Arkansas Kid first up.
has had a tremendous campaign, or career, sorry, not campaigns, only had one run. D Oliver in the settle for the Hayes boys from barrier number 1. Just a query barrier number 1 for mine. Don Coolione ran well last start, though. Is he a bit of a thinker? And critique for 4th. But Dark Halo for mine in the Gothic, I'm really keen on his chances, 30 the win. Race number 5 at Caulfield is the Group 2000 Guineas Prelude over the 1400 metres, and I'm with Inhibitions on top. This is the proven horse of the field, and yes, while Coever has been more impressive in its career, it's drawn wide, and James McDonald will have this horse in a lovely position from barrier number 3, and barriers win races. Was a good run last start, finishing second to Coever Alot. But I think, like I said, this is the horse that's more proven at the top level and can take that next step, and has been quite heavily backed early, and I think that will get the cash here. I think Inhibitions will be scoring here. Coever for second, just a career where it's going to be, because in where I've marked it, I think it's going to be a mile back. Azula coming through the Queensland campaign, ran in the Atkins, and I think can run well. He will set up the speed. And I thought Bossy Nick could run well also, but Inhibitions for mine in the Group 2000 Guineas Prelude, 25 the win. Race number 6 at Caulfield is the Group 2 McCafe Sprint over the 1,000 metres, and I've got Lofty Strike on top for Damien Oliver and Julius Sand, who, yes, has to concede the weight to the rest of the field, but this is the best horse in the race. He has to carry the penalty, but you just look at his form, you know. He ran in the Goodwood, he ran 4th, he ran 8th in the TJ Smith, didn't handle the track, he ran 2nd in the Newmarket. And then he ran 2nd in the Oakley Plate behind Uncommon James and beat Asfura. And those two came out and quit out a good race last Saturday, and Asfura absolutely bolting in. So I think he's got enough form on the board to prove hard to beat here. I'm happy to take the price because 280 against 240 for Spacewalk. They'll both be making their runs at the same time, but I think Lofty Strike's got a bigger heart than Spacewalk here. But the weight could find out Lofty Strike's ability, but I just think he's going to be packing too many guns to win this. General Bow for 3rd, can run well, and Indian Pacific, the Sand Groper coming over for another Victorian campaign. But Lofty Strike for mine in the Caulfield Sprint, $17 the win. Race number 7 at Caulfield is the Group 2 Tristark Stakes over the 1400 metres, and I'm with Saint Magique on top. Last start indicated over the 1200 metres down the straight, and Miguel Guy was looking for further. It gets it here to over the 1400 metres. Mickey D retaining the ride from barrier number 3 or to settle in a good spot. And I think with the 55 kilos from last start carrying the same weight, can run really well here and be winning. Road to Arataki will be up on speed for a long way. Skewiff, last start Group 1 winner, has trialled well leading and has Opie Boston in the cellar with an inside draw. I think can run well. And Matt Pomeroy, the Group 1 winner, back in action here. Drawn 1 for James McDonald and Cresswell. But Shane Magique for mine in the Tristark, 25 the win. Race number 8 at Caulfield is the Group 3 Munga Stakes over the 1400 metres, and I'm with Times Square. This is the most open race of the day. You can go any way you like. Any one of my first 4 can win this, and even Mr. Mitra, I know he can win this being gelded. But I'm going with Times Square. I think this horse is a bit untapped. Lightweight, first up. Good trial and jump outs to preparation for this. Bolted in its last jump out. And I think we've only seen it twice in Australia, and I think it's got a bit of untapped potential here. And the fact that they lined it up in a Group 1 signals to me that they think it's a good horse. And to be lining up first up in a Group 3, they're not doing it for nothing, and I think that they're here to win. The stable being Mar Eustace. Buffalo River will likely get out and run, and has run well its last 2. Nunthorpe likely goes up to the lead with him or sits outside his back. And Mr. Maestro gelded here and can run a race. But I'm with Times Square in the Munga, the most open race of the day, 15 the win. Race number 10 at Caulfield is the listed Alinghi Stakes over the 1100 metres, and I'm with Vivienne on top. There's no doubting this horse is in flying form, looking for the 6th picket fence in a row, and I think if she can get it here from barrier number 8, or it'll be driven forward early, or should be driven forward early under Frosty Lane, and find a good position, and from there I think it would take a fair bit of bidding. comes out of a good race last start, being She Dances and Rose Quartz. They Quinnell had a good race last Saturday, and has open favourite, and I think he'll be winning this. Willinga Beast for second, Damien Oliver for Chris Lees with a good draw with the 56 kilos. I think can run really well at $12 and is over the odds. Hypothetical, don't know where it's going to get to in the run for barrier number 1. Might be snagged back on the fence and need luck. Vespertine, I thought could run well as well. But Vivienne on top of the league. Once mares get their form, they hold it. I think she'll win. I think she'll win again here. 20 to win and 3 each way on Willinga Beast. Thank you everyone for watching my preview for Group 1 Caulfield Cup Day, the undercard at least. The runner preview will be out very shortly for the Caulfield Cup, and I hope you enjoyed that video as well and see who I like in the feature. But a lot of winners to be found here, and I'm confident I've got a couple here, and a couple of quite nice prices too. But thank you for watching again, and I'll see you next week. And for the 2 previews of the Manicato and the Cox Plate Day. Can't wait for both of those cards, but thank you again for watching this. We've got to get through Caulfield Cup Day first. Thank you again, and I'll see you next week.